issue with anything being off the wall.
That's true.
The man took the words right out of my mouth.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another live edition of From the Chair with Big Money Exchange. God, I hope Nathan and I can get through this because tonight we've got 1/3 of Three Ring Circus, Mr. Happy, and just FYI, I may or may not have a phobia of clowns, so God help me.
Apparently, he's right.
So, Mr. Happy, why don't you tell us about yourself? How long you've been in the business? Where you primarily wrestle, and we'll take it from there.
Alrighty, let's see. My name is Mr. Happy. I am one part of. Let's see if I can get the picture. That Three Ring Circus right there. Let's see. I have been trying to throw people around and stretch them out for about 5 years, I'd say now. Primarily out of the Southwest, New Mexico, mainly Colorado, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's where we hang our hat for the most part. But we're always accepting new places to hang that hat or put up the tent.
Very nice. So, who were some of your wrestling heroes growing up?
Oh man, that's a long list, man. I sat in front of one of those old school wooden encased TVs, laid out on the carpet, watching all kinds of heroes of the back in the day era. I mean, gosh, dude, like I'm thinking like the Flairs, the Macho Mans, the Hogans, the Pipers, the Snookas. Oh my gosh, dude, there's a gigantic list there. And then era's on. You move on. You got your Stone Colds, your Mankinds, The Rock, Cena, Orton. I mean, we got to go back a little. Bret the Hitman Hart. I mean, dude, this brain is full of like all kinds of modeled action figures of like all these wrestling heroes, dude. It's so hard to pin down any single influence. I mean, other than Doink, I guess.
Gotcha.
I was just gonna say he was a clown and he didn't mention Doink. I mean, come on.
Okay, I have a small follow-up to that. Did you prefer the evil Doink, which he debuted with, or like the fun-loving Doink towards the end when he had like Dink, Wink, and all them?
That's a really tough one because I mean, like a creepy clown Doink is amazing. Like, oh my gosh, as a kid, I was like, I can't believe they're doing this. The crazy clown. Oh no. But I mean, that being said, as I got more into wrestling and I saw the whole comedy aspect of it, the Dink part of it, I mean, that holds a special part of my heart too. It's like half and half, dude, kind of like the paint. Like, you got to have a little bit of both, I think.
That's a good answer. And we have one of your friends in the chat, Mr. Killian Crow.
Oh, no, I know that big guy, Mr. Kill. That's another one, man. We're going to start throwing out all kinds of challenges in business. I will make my way back up. Well, I can't tell where I'm pointing. I will make my way back up to Colorado and handle that dude a little. We got some history.
All right. You heard it here first.
What's up, Mr. Killian? We can be friends, I hope. Nah, you lost a panda.
Oh, yes, he went there.
Anyways, your question, sir. Who are some of your biggest rivals?
Oh, man. That's a pretty tough one. Let's see. I mean, we've had some pretty gnarly rivalries going with some pretty gnarly folks, man. You know what though? Like, all right, as far as tag team stuff goes, I mean, BOD took us to the wall. I mean, but we had that gold for a minute. There was a tag title that eluded us something dirty, and there was two guys that were notoriously standing in our way, so to speak. They're known as JK Pop.
Yep.
And
up at Rocky Mountain.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this Johnny Casanova and Caden Koyama guy, they I don't know if it was just something in their blood, they were just real good at it. But when it came to it, they became the absolute door stoppers for us when it came to those titles. I mean, my hat's off to these guys, but I can't say that I want to be done with that one either. You know, it's one of those things that sticks in your craw and just like kind of like a piece of popcorn kernel in there, and you just can't get it out.
Yep.
But someday.
So we're known for our top 5 questions. So since you're a member of an amazing tag team, top 5 tag teams of all time.
That's all right, hot dog. They hit us with the tough one here. Let's see what we got. All right. You know what, man? I'm gonna knock out 3 of them in one match. One match. Three tag teams, all-time favorites. That's Edge and Christian, the Hardys, and the Dudleys.
Yep.
Because after what I saw those dudes do to each other and themselves and everything in between and all of those wondrous pieces of hardware, my wrestling fandom was never the same. That's some crazy stuff. Those guys, I can only aspire to hit that level. And then let's see, as far as the other 2, Legion of Doom, pretty good. I said pretty good. But I don't want them showing up at my house saying pretty good, huh? Really? And maybe just because Hot Dog was talking about it before we got on this, the Killer Bees, dude. The Killer Bees.
There you go.
Ooh.
I mean, really, dude? Really? I want to see that nowadays. Those guys are wild. Yeah. That's craziness. Oh, yeah. Is that good?
Cool.
All right, good deal. All right.
So we were talking before we came on the podcast, speaking about your biggest rival, the BOD. That's right. They said they owe some clown and his circus a big receipt, and they're looking to cash in.
Yep.
Ooh, Cutting and Holly talking all that noise. But you know what? That's all the shaking they're gonna get, because those guys are bigger chickens than Big Red. They can talk all that business from up there in Colorado, dude, but they know where I'm at. Look, I got a Zia on my shirt. They know where and when I could be found. I'm definitely not difficult to locate. So anytime they want to bring out their receipt, we got all kinds of fun for them.
Well, I'll be sure to pass that message along too. If I'm sure they'll watch this, but if they don't, we'll be sure to pass that message along.
Ooh, they better watch it. They better be watching right now, as a matter of fact.
I'm sure they are. So, do you prefer to wrestle singles or tag team?
That's a really good question. You know what? I think they both have their own merits. Singles, sometimes, man, you got a grudge you don't want to bring your homie into. You're like, I'm gonna go like, like Killian Crow. Watch, I'm gonna handle that one all by myself. I don't need no help. But I digress. Sometimes there's more people than you have hands for. And then that's when having a tag team partner comes in real handy. And it's not just always a numbers game, man. It's a mental game. Because, like, whereas I may be a little bend here and a little stretch here and might be able to do a little more flopping around, if push comes to shove and we need the steamroller hit, man, that's when the big guy steps in. So, I mean, I don't know. I think I like them both. We can even add more people. I'm 5-on-5, dude, 10-on-10. I'm like, whatever's good.
That's a great answer.
That's a good answer. So I'll make a statement and then I'll ask a question. You want to beat Killian? Simple. You just toss him over the top rope and have his feet land on the ground, and he'll cry like a baby.
Can I have a follow up to that match idea? Because I'm a booker at heart. You remember back when Razor Ramon took on the 1-2-3 Kid and they had that crybaby match? So, any Colorado promoters out there, I'm saying Mr. Happy versus Killian Crow in a crybaby match.
So now for my question. Let's do the top 5, because we love these top 5 questions. Top 5 independent female wrestlers.
That's a pretty good one too. When it comes to it, you know what? I think I'm going to stick to the areas that I know the most. Let's see. There's all kinds of awesome women that wrestle in this area, in the Southwest, not really Southwest. Let's see. I got some homies I'll toss under the bus, so to speak. There's one, Lilith Grimm. She's a monster. Like not like 9 monster, but like I've wrestled her, dude. You don't even know. Like I would take that rematch still, but I mean, I'm just saying. I think I might prep a little, eat a few more Wheaties, dude. Try and get my muscles up a little. Let's see who else. You mentioned somebody, and it's somebody he said got a win over Killian Crow.
Yep.
Panda, she's awesome too. Let's see. I'm like, there's a lot. I'm sorry if I stick mostly to Colorado because that's where I've been running into a lot of sick talent. Let's see. Man. Oh, there's just so many names to pick from, man. You guys are killing me. Let's see that. Panda. Let's see. We can go back up towards Rocky Mountain Pro. There's a few there that I would name off. Christy Jane's up there. She's a savage too. Lola's up there at Rocky Mountain Pro. She's awesome too.
Yep.
Let's see. Man, and you know what? As far as like gimmick stuff goes, like as far as overall approach, just and somebody who like even it was a couple years ago where I met them and I was like, wow, man, that's something else. Auntie Heidi out in California, she's got something going on out there too. I'm telling you something. Like I could probably go get a notebook if you gave me like 10 minutes and come back up here with way more than that. But I could probably get a notebook if you gave me like 10 minutes and come back.
He's watching.
Go ahead.
You're watching the pro. Alrighty then. So speaking of California and our third co-host that was making big money moves, which is Big Money Dodge, your top 5 managers of all time.
Let's see. I think that's a very important question because managers are absolutely amazing. Let's see. I think Bobby the Brain Heenan was an amazing manager.
Yep.
I think, oh man. I think Paul E. Dangerously was a great manager. I think Paul Bearer was an amazing manager. Let's see. That's 3. Does Miss Elizabeth count?
Yes.
I think she should. I don't want to ever hear somebody just call her a valet because she was amazing.
No,
And
she
she
was
did
manager.
get physical when she was with Lex Luger in WCW. So
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, she handled every kind of business that popped up.
yep.
And then you know what? I'm gonna go for a twofer on this last one. Sorry, because these ones are personal favorites to me.
Nope.
But
You're good.
up in Colorado, I had two managers that handled business like nobody else. One of them, unfortunately, we had to part ways in a very foul situation. But that was one Bud Bellflower, and then the White Rabbit that walks out with us out there as well. Another amazing manager. I know I kind of squished two in there at the last moment, but I had to make sure that I did not forget those that do not forget me.
Completely
Absolutely.
understandable.
And seems how you brought up the ever loving, cute little cuddly black and white little panda bear. In case you didn't know, or in case you didn't see, she is the new CSW Women's Champion. That's right.
Yeah.
Miss Pandemonium is the new CSW Women's Champion.
I can't clap too loud because it'll mess up my microphone, I think, but I am super stoked for her. I really am.
Much love for Panda. We are probably two of the biggest non-Colorado Pandemonium fans.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely hear you. I've been watching her since since that CSW kickoff, and I'm like, wow, dude, she's gonna crush that division. I was all, just wait.
Yes.
And look what happened. I'm all,
Yep.
I have a behind the scenes picture with her, even with no face paint. Ooh, I'm not sharing it though.
We were the first to dub her Panda 2 belts, and it is now official. They actually made that
Spring to Action
title, the Spring to Action title, an official title. So she is now Pandemonium 2 belts. So very, very proud of her.
Round of applause.
Back to the question. So, in your opinion, who's the best actor or wrestler turned actor?
Okay, my knee-jerk reaction is Roddy Piper because I watched They Live as a kid, and I don't want to ever say anything against that, because that fight scene with him and Keith David was the coolest thing I ever seen in my life, and I model every fight I've ever been in since then after that.
Yes.
That being said, I have to go with John Cena on that one, honestly. Like, I watched that dude fail through all those initial movies. They were so rough. Like, it's the Marine, this and that. And you know what? He ate all those failures, came back and put out some absolute craziness with like Peacemaker. I'm like,
yep.
Wow, dude. Like, I would give Batista a runner up because of that last M. Night Shyamalan movie he was in. But other than that, yeah.
Oh, I know. That was an awesome movie.
Very cool.
He had me all, dude, why weren't you this good in wrestling?
Yeah.
All right, Nate.
So you had a dream opponent from any generation, no questions asked. Who would it be and why?
Oh, man, from like forever? Like anywhere?
Yeah. Any generation.
Any generation, any promotion, anywhere.
Wow. Man, that's like a Fight Club kind of question.
Yep.
Like, man, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll choose Abraham Lincoln. I heard he was a great professional wrestler. Wow, man. You know what? All right. I'll this one may not be the one that everybody might think, but I would have loved a match, like a big, long, horrible, I'm dead afterwards match with Mr. Perfect.
Ooh, yes. Ooh. I like that one.
I think the amount of bouncing around that would happen in that match when we took to each other would be absolutely phenomenal. It would probably look like we were wrestling on a trampoline. But oh my goodness, like just the stuff I watched when I was coming up of his was just, it was so, I mean, the word is right. It's perfect. It was just so amazing. I'd love to be in there with that.
Very cool. Okay, let's see how good he is of a booker here, Nathan.
Oh, he's putting you on the spot now.
Give us your ultimate, if you could book one WrestleMania entire card from any generation, who would be, or what would be the matches and who would be in them?
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Man, how many matches are in a WrestleMania nowadays? Like,
let's make it easy and do 6.
Let's do 6.
6 matches, huh? Let's see. Man. All right. Let's see. All right, starting off. I don't know. I kind of want something fast starting off. I want to see. Let's see if we could get something good. We'll start this off with a squash, just to get into everybody's head. How about like Andre the Giant versus Dink? I think that could last a little while. I don't know. Maybe just a little.
Keyword on the little while.
Little scramble, little squash. Everybody saw that coming. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm getting mental pictures.
I mean, could you imagine, like, if Andre body slammed him, dude, he would bounce like a basketball. Like
a Super Bowl.
Yeah, it'd be insane. That's the kind of pop I'm looking for in the beginning of a show. Let's see.
Oh.
Number 2. I don't know. We could do tag team here. I'm thinking. All right, here we go. Now give me some New Age Outlaws, like at the height of their, oh, you didn't know? Give me some of that. And then a little bit of like Brood era Edge and Christian.
Ooh.
And let them go to town for a minute. I mean, there'd be some shenanigans because I want Gangrel to come out and spit blood. But then have DX come out in some gigantic, ridiculous vehicle that shouldn't fit down the ramp in any way. And they're like shooting giant t-shirt guns full of marshmallows. I don't know. Those guys were weird. Yeah. And then they hose it.
Yes,
they go home, big old suck it. Everything's great there. Boom. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Man. All right. The technical one then. I'm thinking like, how about like a Bret Hart versus like a Dean Malenko?
Ooh.
So it's more like a hold for hold instead of a spectacle kind of thing. Like they're in there.
Yep.
Just going at it. See, I ain't even gonna throw winners at this because I'm letting imagination go. I'm like, I'd sit here and think about this match for 15 minutes until I get a winner.
Oh, you got my imagination going because, and like every match, I'm thinking, okay, we can do that. This.
Then you drink all the water that.
All right, let's see. What else do we got? I think I need to have a Legends Rumble in there just to make sure that everybody gets that everybody gets a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go with the maths again. All right. This one probably happened quite a few times, but I would still love to see it again. I would say Lita and Trish. I need me a good women's
nice.
match in there. And that one, from what I remember, I mean, from what I'm like, you can look at them both work.
Yeah.
That would be something else. Main event time. This is where it gets tricky. There's too many eras, too many great ones. Oh, this one's hard. Man, got me. Let's see. Gosh. Man, this would be a long intermission. You know what? Honestly, like, there's probably a billion other matches that I'd put in here, but this one is the one that keeps popping back up in my head. But it's got to be like top of the top for both of them, like at their absolute best. But I want to see like a Hogan and a Rock.
Ooh, nice.
Because they're both of their personalities are so larger than life. They're very similar in a lot of what they do, even if it doesn't look like it externally. Like there's a lot of similarities there, I'd say. And I think that would be one of those ones that, like, no matter what side of the crowd you were on for, you would be in for a show.
Absolutely.
Whew. Man, I'm so glad I don't have to do that on the regular.
Cereal coffee.
That was a very good card. So Nathan,
was.
good question.
Mom went out to the garage and got me some. There's not.
My favorite snack is peanut butter. What's your favorite snack or cookie and why?
I left it open and then Treyas like walked over here and got
Honestly, favorite snack I would have to say is cinnamon bears.
Ooh, I like
I don't know
those.
why, but they're like constant road food. I always have them with me whenever I go out on a trip. I eat them when I get home. They're easier than regular food, even. Just all.
That makes sense.
Wait, he just said his favorite snack was cinnamon bears, and he loves panda.
He didn't say panda bears. He said cinnamon bears. There's a difference.
That would be cannibalism, dude.
Okay, well, just making sure that we're still on the same panda vibe here, man. I just want to make
are.
sure.
I mean, they don't make cinnamon panda bears. That would just be weird and probably get some laws somewhere.
Okay, well, anyways, let's go with. Okay, let's do. You did your independence, so let's do your top 5 female wrestlers.
Okay, let's see. Gosh. Okay. First and foremost, I thought Lita was the coolest thing since sliced bread when I was watching the Monday Night Raw. I've never seen anybody wrestle like that in the women's division before. I was like, whoa. Let's see, who else? Her. Man, there's a lot. Trish was awesome. I was a huge fan of Molly Holly. Let's see, who else? This one's easy to bypass people that I shouldn't. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going like way back. I'm like turning into a history lesson here instead of looking like current. But that's where the majority of like where I saw like really, really strong, like China. I had never seen anybody handle a dude like that before.
Yeah.
That was insane. Beth Phoenix, like another one. It's like where they're just pushing boundaries of like what you see as strength when it comes to a woman wrestler. It's just something else. There I go, forgetting about math again.
So I'm gonna switch a question up a little bit. So who do you think would win in a tag team Iron Man match for 1 hour between BOD and Three Ring Circus?
An hour?
Yep.
I love them to death. I really do. I love those guys. But an hour?
Yep.
No. That one would be all us. That would be all us. When it comes down to it, when we're training, like, I mean, the guys that I'm training with have set the world's record, the Guinness Book World's Record for the longest match. And so the cardio sessions, the workouts we do, trying to get those guys ready for that. The ramp up on it was insane. So an hour, I think we still be smiling at the end of that one.
In fact, we just interviewed somebody you trained with. That we interviewed Thunder. Like
that. Ooh, that dude is one of the main reasons why I have the cardio I have. When we were training, when we first went to go start training with him, excuse me, and I've told this story a bunch, and I'm going to tell it again because it's funny and it makes me laugh. We were doing we call grape squishers in the corner, high knees,
right,
and I think I got, what was it, maybe 15-20 seconds in, knees all the way up to the second rope. Oh yeah. And I started snotting and tearing up and drooling on myself and dry heaving. And he looks at me and he's all, "You're out there on the road like that?" And I looked down at him. I was all, "Yeah." And he looked up at me. He's all sad. And then walked away. That's why I have these now. So I dedicated at that point. I was like, you know what, dude? I'm not going to be that dude. I was like, I'm going to make sure that he doesn't ever have to say that to me again. And so since then, Thunder has been gracious enough to hook me up at, I can almost get this out of the way here, Dynamic Wrestling Entertainment.
Yes.
Here in Albuquerque. And we have a show here on the 24th.
Yep.
And it's gonna be awesome. So stoked.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and ask a question real quick, and then seems how you're in New Mexico. Do you know the one and only Gino? I told you so, Rivera.
But I believe our paths have crossed once or twice before in and out of the ring.
Yeah, he told us so.
Yep.
He told you so.
Yep.
Again, one of his best rivalries, he said. So
very much so.
Man, see, and that's a crazy one. You know why? Because for that kind of rivalry, we're both in the same town. Like, the only place I've ever stood across from him in a ring and we got the opportunity snaked was in Rocky Mountain Pro.
Very interesting.
And it was part of a 4-way tag match. We started it. His partner tagged in and took him out of it. But other than that, haven't been in there yet together. But it's only a matter of time. The town's only so big, dude. I'm just saying. Now I told you so.
Oh, maybe Thunder can help get that booked at Dynamic.
There you go. Was that when Gino was with Nathan Estrada, or was it a different partner?
Yep, that was the one. Nathan Estrada was trying to show off, and he decided he wanted to jump in and took over. I mean,
that explains the problem that they had with each other then.
Yeah, I mean, the kid was trying. I guess the kid was trying to prove something, and he just chose an inopportune time. I mean, I think they won that match. I'm pretty sure we didn't. I'm pretty sure I got landed on by some lucha dude with a chancla, all trying to swing at my head. But yeah, we'll see if it happens.
All right, so that was my little teaser question. Now, who's the biggest name you've ever faced in the wrestling world?
Oh man, like in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I had two that were pretty cool. One was pretty recent-ish. Well, they both were, I guess, were in the same this last year. But I got to wrestle Marty Casals. That was pretty awesome. And then I got to wrestle Sledge. That was pretty awesome. Those dudes are way bigger than me, though. So I mean, it was definitely interesting. At least Marty took it easy when he was slamming me all over there, and I think he was entertained by the fact that I just was really, really there to get body slammed by him. I was like, yes, dude, I seen you on TV. Give me the business. Not to mention, I mean, it wasn't like I didn't wrestle the dude, but he was part of the circus as well. But Sin Bodhi, that dude has been like a long time influence on on me as far as a wrestler. So that was equally cool.
Wow.
So, working in Rocky Mountain Pro, what's it like to work with like with Al Snow and Vince Russo, and if you've had a chance to work with those two?
With that, I was lucky enough to meet Al Snow once. I kind of ran away because I was a little starstruck, so I didn't want to make a fool of myself. I was like, "Oh God, dude, he's gonna hit me with the mannequin head." He didn't have it or anything. I was just, my brain was, I mean, a clown, dude. I don't know. It's just the way it goes. But yeah, I did work some of the episodes they had up at Rocky Mountain Pro with Vince Russo writing, and it was intense, dude. Like the stories were very, very intense. Like it's not like I mean, not to pull the curtain back too much, but it's not like some places where you go and it's like, okay, you're gonna wrestle this guy. Go ahead and wrestle that guy. We're gonna throw 70 in there. Go ahead and just go do that. No, like this stuff's planned out like meticulously. So, I mean, if you have problems remembering stuff like me, it can get a little tricky. You got to write on your hand.
And then hope you don't sweat enough for the pen to like wait out before you
right.
get a
And I'm
chance
like
to
this
read
all the time. Oh, geez. And then I look and I'm like, oh, right hand red.
It's like wrestling Twister.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
All right, Tony, you're up.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't ask him about another person out of Rocky Mountain Pro. What's it like working with D'Lo Brown?
I have a big, huge soft spot for D'Lo Brown. That dude has always been absolutely and positively nothing but great to me. Like from the first time I ever met him, he was phenomenal. I mean, the feedback I got from that guy was priceless. Being able to sit under that learning tree is something that, gosh, I mean, it's priceless. It really is. I mean, like anybody watching, if you get a chance to go sit there and just listen to the dude. He's a warehouse of knowledge. Like I can honestly say after sitting there and listening to him, like the business was different for me afterwards. So yeah, like, oh gosh, I can't say enough good things about him. I gave him a chicken. I hope he still has it. I really do. I really, really do. But yeah, great dude.
Okay. Nathan, your question.
So, let's see, we did that one. Do you think a special needs character, i.e., Eugene, would work in today's uh, wrestling climate?
See that one. That's kind of a rough one. Like I don't know necessarily. Like, because I mean, to be fair, I mean, like they've gone about it different ways with other characters and other people before, and I mean, it's one of those things where it's kind of hard to even say, oh, if it's done tastefully, because I mean, like I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like all of us are like an exaggeration, let's say, right? But I mean, in order to exaggerate, you have to poke holes and stuff. Like, I mean. So I mean, like nowadays, I don't see that it wouldn't get attacked. That it wouldn't be. I mean, I could see an attempt maybe, but I don't know if it would get over anywhere near the way Eugene did. Like with Eugene, it seemed more like it was trying to be fun, and I'm not sure that they would portray it the same way in today's climate.
I can understand that. I've always thought this because, like I said, I have a disability, right? So my idea has always been like if I could wrestle and stuff and I could play like my disability up, I would make fun of myself, kind of like a disabled clown type thing. Because that way to the fans, if I can make fun of myself, then if they're doing it and you know what I mean, then it's not a bad thing.
See, and that's where I go back to is like, I mean, as long as, and that's where like today's climate gets so rough is like as long as is nobody's offended or isn't offended too much. I mean, like you always have things like stand-up comedy that always dance around the edge of things like that, or like, and my side of it would probably be more of I would want to see somebody succeed without having to go that route with it. You know what I mean? Like instead of having to make it a gimmick, to go beyond that, like to work past it. Like why am I drawing a blank right now? Like with the Gowan.
Zach Gowan.
Yeah, go beyond what that is. I mean, like there's way more to your personality and to you as a person than there to go after as a gimmick or as like something you want to portray to fans than just using not using even but having that be the thing, like I'm sure
having that be the focal point.
Exactly. I mean, I guarantee you there, like if we sat here and talked, we could come up with a billion other things that we could use as a driving point,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not. It's out talking circles and knots and spaghetti noodles
you're making
over
perfect
that one.
sense to me.
But yeah, I'm all for it as far as like the work. I just don't know, like as far like you said. I mean, to simplify it today nowadays, I think that Eugene thing would get slammed. I really do.
And then our co-host is in the chat. He wants to know, have you ever wrestled in Southern California?
In Southern California. Yes. I wrestled at, let's see, Destination 6 in Southern California. And I wrestled for Crimson Crown in Southern California. I think it was Southern California is pretty dang big, dude. I'm not sure what part Southern versus Central. I'm pretty sure both of those were in Southern California, though.
Well, I know Destination 6 is because Big Buddy's talked about that promotion quite a bit. So
yeah, I actually got to meet some people there before everything exploded for them, and it was pretty awesome to see. Like, oh my gosh.
nice.
So, what's been the worst injury you've had in your career?
Ooh. Honestly, that one, I knock on wood, it hasn't been that bad. I'd say the worst one I got so far, and it explains. I don't know if you can see it. Why my nose isn't straight in the middle anymore?
Oh,
yeah. Oh, wow.
yeah.
Yeah, but I used to have a nose ring too, and
Oh.
I took a senton.
Ooh.
And the elbow that came down with it and me as I sat up from the impact kind of collided, and my face turned into a waterfall of this color.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, it was mid-match. I mean, all I could do is cup my hands, try and catch as much of it as I could, and try to make my way over to 9 to give him the bloody high five. And then go get some attention outside because it was pretty bad. Like, I still haven't put that nose ring back in. I probably never will because it's crooked.
Yeah, I don't think it would fit right.
I don't think it fit right either. Okay, and another question from our co-host. Man, he's making big money moves and on our podcast all in one section. So good job for him. What's your opinions on death matches?
As a fan, I'm all for it. I love it. Get it in there. I haven't had an opportunity to explore as much of the death match situation as I would like, maybe. I've been in some pretty hardcore ones. Lots of weird weapons, like especially at Destination 6, they got pretty crazy. Like, we had a pizza tin with thumbtacks and chairs covered in barbed wire, and I don't remember if there's glass or not. That's the one that spooks me. But in that match, I ate a face full of tacks, and it gave me a little bit of a taste. So I'm not sure if it's something I'm going to jump right back into, but it's one of those never say never things, you know?
Okay, I have a point and then a quick story. So the point is, big money, 3-ring circus is definitely big money talent. And the story is, you know what hurts the most that I've ever been hit with, because I was involved in wrestling for a while and got hit with a few things. And this might surprise you, was a Rubbermaid trash can.
Was it the plastic ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like the big blue plastic, and it was thrown from the top rope to the outside while I was doing commentary. Like, bounced right off my nose. I thought, no, it's gonna be fine. It's just a Rubbermaid trash can. Yeah, not so much.
No way. Not, especially not from the ring. I'd be like, nope. I don't want none of that.
That was kind of my fault. I missed my cue, and the guy that was throwing it was my best friend, and he got tired of waiting. So he threw it and then yelled my name, and I'm like, what?
All right. So do you have a question, Nate?
So if you had a dream tag team partner, who would it be and why? From any generation.
That's a really tough one because, I mean, as far as it's gone, man, we've pretty much handled biz is the way it's been. I mean, I haven't really ever put a whole lot of thought into if I was to go out swinging with somebody else, man.
Okay, let's switch that up a little bit, make it a little bit easier. If you could add one person to 3-ring circus that's not in there now from any generation, who would it be and why?
Like, as far as people that haven't been in the 3-ring circus yet?
Like anybody from any generation. That means like from the old WWF, WCW, whatever.
Man. You know what? There's a big list there. There's an absolutely gigantic list, but there's somebody currently that I keep seeing out and about and that I've been watching for a while, and who we've drawn comparison to before. But if we were gonna grab somebody, it would be current, I would say. But Crazy Steve, I think, would be
Yep.
an absolutely amazing addition. I know
And
he's
I can
got his
see the
whole thing,
comparison.
but
I can see, yeah.
oh, the fun that we could have.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm getting again more mental pictures.
So, all right. So I'm going to do a little public service announcement and not do a question. So this is for our Southern California fans, well, wrestlers in general. One of our best friends in the Southern California area, Mr. Mike Martinez, Triple M. His stepson was kidnapped on Friday from his biological father. They're heading down into Mexico. So right now I just want to say hashtag bring Hansel home.
Yep.
So any information on the whereabouts of Hansel and his father, please let the authorities know.
Yep.
Hansel, you are loved. You are waiting. We have people waiting for you. And my man, from this podcast, you have a Cody Rhodes funk toy waiting for you at your stepdad's house.
Yep.
Okay, this concludes this announcement. So, Nathan, you can ask a question.
So, let's see. What's the craziest match you've ever been in?
Let's see. Crazy. Man, to be fair, I would have to go back to Destination 6 on that one, because we had a title, or I say we, 9 had a title match, and I got to be part of it because they didn't know that I was the same height. I think they thought I was Dink or something. So they agreed.
Gotcha.
And they let us go in there to try and take the belt away from one Aiden Way. And that is a tough dude. I mean, we rolled in there thinking, oh no, man, don't worry about it. We got him by half a foot and half a ton. There's no way that this dude's gonna be able to hold this down. This guy brought out everything from that pie tin I was talking about with all the thumbtacks on it. He did the old helicopter spot with the ladder. I mean, it took giving this guy a curb stomp on a chair loaded with thumbtacks 3 times in the middle of the ring, face down on that chair 3 times to get him to stop. And I mean, to this day, I swear I want to get back in the ring. I heard Destination 6 is running in Illinois now. Funny enough, that's where I was born. So I'd be more than happy to go up that way and put my size 12 right upside that dude's noggin if we could just finish that one off too.
Wow. Okay. Well, hold on, Dodge sent me something. Go ahead, Nate. Dodge sent me something. Hang on.
I just had one. What advice has your trainer given you, and do you still use that advice today?
Easy answer to that one is I use all of it. Whether or not it's somebody I trained with when I first started, whether or not it's somebody I trained with for a day. And everybody I've ever trained with whatsoever has given me something. Honestly, the biggest thing that I ever heard when it came to wrestling was to not quit. As funny as that is, I mean, 2 words, don't quit, don't quit, don't quit. You can apply it to anything in this, anything. Oh, those workouts are tough. Don't quit. Oh man, I don't like being on the road for 14 hours at a time. Don't quit.
Don't quit.
like with all of it, man. I mean, like it's a dream. Like it's a dream for a reason. Like if dreams were just easy enough to reach up and snatch out the air like that, dude, they wouldn't be dreams. They'd be every day.
Absolutely.
So that's my biggest takeaway, period. I mean, I've applied that to every other aspect of my life since. So I mean, like on that's I still spit that one. Don't quit.
Gotcha.
All right. So where can we find you and the rest of Three Ring Circus on social media? And what is your guys' next match, either separately or together?
Alrighty. Let's see. Social media. We both have our own respective Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Mine, unfortunately, is spelled a little different because apparently there was a Mr. Happy before me. Go figure. But that being said, if you take off the ER and you put an AH, Mr., then you'll be able to find me on Instagram and Twitter. I believe my Facebook is relatively easy. If you just type in Mr. Happy, it should pull that up. Find merchandise on prowrestlingtees.com/Mr. Happy, spelled normally. Three Rings. We will be having another tag match this Saturday, the 24th, for Dynamic Wrestling Entertainment. Thunder may have mentioned that. That's going to be something else. We're going to be wrestling. One of our opponents will be Chewy Martinez. I'm not sure if you've ever seen any of his work, but I have a feeling I'm probably going to get stabbed with a fork or hit with a cheese grater or handle the rough.
Yeah, I've seen a few of his stuff. You're probably going to be in for a rough night.
Yeah, hopefully I can paint it back over it and nobody will notice that I can go back on about my day. But fingers crossed. We'll see.
So my last question isn't going to be so much a question, but an invitation. In about a year, we're starting our own promotion called Inclusion Pro Wrestling in Pullman, Washington. And our first show will be a benefit show for the Special Olympics. And I would be honored to have Three Ring Circus if you guys are available to come down and wrestle for us.
Absolutely, man. I'll pass the word along. I'd be more than happy to go. I'm like, we could see if we can get everybody together under one roof this time.
Awesome. Sounds good.
Okay. Well, with that being said, it's sponsor time. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, sponsor time. Speaking of Pullman, Washington, and speaking of our co-host, who we love so very much in the business, Mr. Big Money Dodge, Mr. Boom Shasta, or I'm sorry, Boom Mayhem. They are starting a professional wrestling facility in Pullman, Washington. Until they get their ring, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. They're doing online classes for training on Tuesdays and Thursdays starting in the month of July. $25 a session, $150 a month. For information, look up Steve Dodge, Big Money Dodge, Boom Shasta or Boom Mayhem on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Yep.
Nathan, go ahead and take the last two.
The last two sponsors are the CARE program, which stands for Community Action Reaching Everybody. And to get a hold of the lady that's in charge of that, you can get a hold of Becky Bernhardt. And then Bruce Nichols Painting for all your painting, pressure washing, and mud removal needs. And you can find him on Angie's.
And now, finally, for the last little bit, thank you everybody again for joining us for not one, not two, but yes, 3 interviews tonight. We are the hardest working podcast in all of podcasting. 3 interviews in one night. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's still not a record because we can't get past the letter or the number 3. We'd love
the letter 3?
The number 3. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are referees. We can count to 3.
I don't know. Wouldn't the letter 3 be an E? I'm just saying.
So, for Mr. Happy, for Nathan, I'm Anthony. we will see you tomorrow night.
Yep.
So until then, be kind to each other. Thank you, Mr. Happy, for joining us tonight.
Thank you so much.
We will see you guys on the next show.